Alright, so I want to make this quick video because I feel like if someone told me this a long time ago, it actually helped me. But what do you do after like a long day of binging? A long day of binging and you were sedentary, you didn't really move. And the thing I really want to say is like, you have to understand, not every day you got to give it your 100%. Not every day is going to be well calculated to a point where it's just like, you just understand that, okay, like I have to give it 100% all the time. So let's just say hypothetically you had a long day of like binge eating or just drinking a lot of alcohol or whatever the case may be. You just sat on your ass all day and you just finished eating chips. I would honestly say the best thing for you to do is to catch yourself. I'm not gonna say and tell you every day is gonna be perfect because honestly every day is not gonna be perfect. But I really want you to understand that you have to catch yourself. Because I remember there used to be times where I would binge one day, then it'll turn to 2 days, and 3 days, and 4 days, then 5 days. And as you prolong in your fitness journey or your health journey, whatever the case may be, I really want you to understand it's really how you rebound. The more you stick to something, the more you realize that your rebound time is going to be less and less. Me personally, I'll say yesterday, well, I'll say 2 days ago, I worked out a lot, but I did eat a lot. Then yesterday, I didn't really work out as much, but I still stuck to a good, healthy diet. And I really sat there and thought to myself, like, 5, 10 years ago, I would have really just ended up on this binge cycle. And I really sat there and thought to myself, like, what's the difference between then and now? And what I realized is that you just have to learn how to catch yourself. You have to really sit there and ask yourself, like, okay, I had one bad day of binging or one bad day of not moving. What do I do today? Do I continue that cycle or do I just get up early in the morning, exercise, or I just eat healthy today? Because the truth of the matter is, nobody gains weight overnight. Nobody gains 20 pounds overnight. It's really just a continuous cycle of bad habits, left and right, left and right. And the thing is, I want you to start tracking things on a weekly to a monthly basis where it's like, let's say hypothetically you have 7 days to eat healthy. And out of those 7 days, you eat 3 meals a day. So that's 21 meals. So let's just hypothetically, out of 21 meals a week, you have three bad cheat meals. That's fine. As long as you have 18 good meals, those 18 good meals would counteract those three bad meals. But the thing is, if you start tracking things on a daily basis, you're never going to get nowhere because you're looking at the time frame too small. But if you try to widen that gap and like break things down to like how many meals you have per week, you're going to start to realize like, okay, I have 21 meals per week. I'm allowed to have two bad meals. I'm allowed to have that. And once you start tracking things on a weekly basis, you're gonna start to realize like, okay, like don't beat yourself up because you had one bad cheat meal, or even worse, one bad cheat day. If anything, that one bad cheat day should counteract for the whole week because you basically had 3 meals, three bad meals. And I think when I was like first starting to diet, first starting to like, get healthy, I used to look at things too simplistic. I used to look at things like, okay, I already had one bad cheat meal, might as well turn to a day, might as well turn to a week. And like I said before, no one genuinely gained weight off of one bad cheat meal or one bad cheat day. It genuinely just comes down to, okay, how do I position myself to look at it as like, okay, I'm allowed to have a few bad meals, but if the majority of the meals are healthy, I'm going to be fine. And you have to start seeing things that way because you're going to start to realize that it's really just a compounding interest. All these things kind of compound on top of each other. They genuinely do say like, oh yeah, like if you count all your meals throughout the 6 months and you subtract like 200 calories from every meal, you end up losing like 5, 10 pounds throughout the course of that 6 months. And to me, it's kind of just like it's these small things that kind of make a big difference when it comes to your diet. And I really want y'all to understand if you had a bad binge or you just didn't, you were sedentary for a whole day, don't look at it as a bad thing. Just look at it as like, okay, you're human, but how do I catch myself from this? How do I sit there and position myself where it's like, okay, like, in order for me to not go off the deep end, like, let's say hypothetically you stick to a healthy routine for a good 8 months. I guarantee you, after that 8 months, once you reach your goal, you're gonna go on a binge. So, if anything, it's good to incorporate some type of balance in your life. Because at the end of the day, like, we all have to understand that we're all human, you know? We're surrounded by food all the time. We're surrounded by temptation every single day. And to sit here and be like you're not gonna relapse at some given point and you're gonna make this a lifestyle for the rest of your life, that's asinine. I don't believe that to a certain to a degree at all. So to me, it's just understanding that you're human. You're gonna be surrounded by temptation, but the thing is, it really just comes down to you have to have more good days than bad. You have to have more good meals than bad. Don't think of things on on a more simplistic scale of a 3 day scale limit. No, you have to look at things on the scale limit of like 21 days or 21 meals throughout the week. Or if you want to go even bigger than that, you could do like what? What's 21 times 4? 84? You have 84 meals out the month. I'm allowed to have 15 bad meals out the month, and the rest has to be good meals. If you understand that on a more generic, bigger scale, you're gonna start to realize like, okay, like these things on the grand scheme of things is not gonna matter. And I really want y'all to start tracking your calories. Track your calories. You're gonna do yourself a disservice not tracking your calories and not tracking your weight every 3 4 days. If you do those two things, I guarantee you, you're gonna hold yourself accountable. If you say, "Oh, I'm gonna check my weight every 4 days," I guarantee you, if you see that weight go up, you're gonna be back on your shit. So track your weight. It's very important. So that's all I have for y'all. We're gonna talk. Peace.